condition. They become vegan. Number two condition, that they eat here.
Arnold is an eccentric business owner in Lansdale, but so much more than that. He's extremely passionate about making a difference. He's not just a cafe owner. He's extremely passionate about making a difference in people's lives and making positive changes in people's health in Lansdale. And he does see a disease-free world. And he's working to make that happen. And I love that about him. And he has changed my life. And he's changed Tommy's life. I met Arnold at his cafe in Lansdale. I went in for a green smoothie. And we really met and started talking in May. Tommy had been in the hospital, I think 3 times between April and May, for seizures, for pneumonia, for C. diff, for RSV, for human metapneumovirus. I mean, it was just a brutal, brutal time. And I went into Arnold's, actually I think it was right at the end of April, right before May. And he told me about this 30-day program that he had, where he was like, you can get a green smoothie and a meal every day for $99, and I'm going to be your best friend. You know what that means? I'm going to be your best friend, and a green smoothie is going to change your life. You know what that means? Change your life. And I was like, okay, but inside I was like, I have no idea what that means. I have no idea what he means, but okay, I'll do it. And so I started the 30-day program, and so every day, aside from when Tommy was inpatient, every day I would go in and I'd have a green smoothie and a meal there, and the rest of my day was not, I was still eating the same way, but I knew that one meal a day I was going to be, eating raw vegan. And because of going there every day, I started talking to Arnold about all kinds of things. I started talking about Tommy's diet. I started talking about challenges of how to eat healthy when Tommy's inpatient and I'm in the hospital, because there were times where I would not want to leave the room, and so I'd wait till Tommy fell asleep, and then I'd go just eat something from the nutrition room. And so I'd have like literally one thing I had was Frosted Flakes with chocolate milk, which was delicious, but not very healthy. And so I talked to Arnold about those things, and then in June, that's when I really started to make some major changes, and that's when I changed my entire day, the way that I ate, and that's when I changed Tommy's diet on June 1st. June 1st, 2 things happened. We got a blessing at church, and I had the elders at church pray for him for healing. But I got a blessing, and I prayed for me to have wisdom. And part of that was because I was in a situation where I was given this responsibility to take care of Tommy and make decisions, and I didn't have the medical knowledge to make the decisions. And I knew that he was getting sicker and he was getting worse, and I was very frustrated with his doctors. I had a lot of bad experiences with his doctors and bad advice, and I didn't know what to do. And so I got a blessing and I prayed for wisdom. And so that same day, I got the wisdom that I prayed for, and I changed Tommy's diet so that I took out the Elecare Junior formula and I replaced that with fruits and vegetables, real fruits and vegetables. And then I took out the microlipids because I suspected that maybe the soy lecithin, because he does have severe dairy and soy allergies and allergy to pea protein on top of everything else. So I suspected maybe the soy lecithin was a problem. I had been told when we started the keto diet that the soy lecithin would be fine, because when you have a soy allergy, it's actually the soy protein that you're allergic to, and so things like soybean oil are typically fine. But I didn't want to take any chances, so I wanted to just kind of take everything that was processed out of his diet, most things that were processed. And so those were the 2 first changes that I made. And it was an immediate difference. Those 2 small changes had immediate, dramatic results. I started noticing that he was not dehydrated anymore. He wasn't crying for water. He stopped vomiting almost for the most part. Now he's completely stopped vomiting. His stools are normal. They were always like he was either constipated or diarrhea. The pain is gone. He has more energy. The seizures stopped. I mean, it's amazing. His development has gotten so much better. It was a dramatic change immediately.
An avocado. That's an avocado. Avocado. Can you say it? Avocado. Very good. Yeah.
This is Tommy eating his first green smoothie.
More.
You like it?
More.
Okay, sure, you can have more. And it really struck me when I changed his diet and I changed my diet in June, that for that year that we were on the keto diet, I thought we were at an acceptable baseline. Even though life was really, really difficult and I was like, I don't know, 50 pounds overweight and stressed out and tired, and he was seizing every week. When he was sick, he was seizing a lot. There were times where we would still go to the ER, times where he was still admitted. He had a feeding tube. He had these GI issues. He was taking all these prescriptions, but it was better than it had been. And so I thought, well, this is an acceptable baseline. This is our life. And I just didn't realize how much better things could be. I didn't realize that wasn't all we could have in our lives. I could be healthier and I could be happier, and he could be healthier and he could be happier. And it made me think of all aspects of my life. What I was accepting as being okay, and this is just life and this is the way it is. Maybe it wasn't okay. Maybe there was a lot more in store for us. A lot more.
My name is Sharon Kondrachek, and I am a nurse with Beata, and I've been taking care of Tommy 1 day a week since January. And I've seen a lot of blossoming with him. He's a terrific kid. This is new to me because I was an ICU nurse before this, and so this type of nursing is altogether different, but I am a grandmother, so I really have fallen in love with this little child. When I first came in January, the only word he spoke was bus. He loved the bus and he loved school, but otherwise he really was not very vocal. Since then, his vocabulary has increased drastically, and his developmental skills have increased. He's gotten very active on the playground, which he wasn't in the beginning. He loves the slide, he loves the swings. His eating has gotten a lot better. He, in the beginning, really was very reluctant to eat, but with the diet changes, he really seems to like the food and does enjoy eating, which is a big part of life. His social skills are developing with school, and he's forming a lot of friends.
Step up. Hi. Hi. Good job.
Hold on, Tommy.
Hold on, cat can't get through there. Little Tommy, let me explain. Little Tommy was a little boy who came to me in a wheelchair, and I guess like this. Are you going to see me? In a wheelchair, he had braces, he had a football helmet in case he fell, kept him knocking his mouth, and like this. That's the way he looked, the first time I saw him. He was a zombie. His mother was raising a zombie. You know what that means? For 4 years, she was in and out of the hospital with no hope. None, zero. So I saw him like this. That was it. That was the most expression I got of his face. And his mother she was trying to be happy, but inside her heart was breaking. And I said to her, listen, maybe I can help. Maybe. What do you feed the child? She began to tell me was a leading hospital in Philadelphia, began to prescribe her son. It was soy lecithin. Actually, the first ingredient was corn syrup. The second ingredient was soy lecithin. I said, that's crazy. No one in the right mind should be taking that. But the doctor prescribed it. I said, I don't care. You gotta change doctors. She says, I'm not ready for it. She says, no, I'm not ready to change doctors. In the end, I kept on, she was part of my 30-day program, which is like, I'm not going to get into that. Every day I saw her. I kept saying about green smoothies, raw food, green smoothies, raw food, throw those nasty pills away. In the 30 days, she says, Arnold, I changed doctors, I'm ready. End of 2 months, she began to change her son's diet. End of 2 months, Tommy walked in like a zombie, like this. That was the best I got out of him. End of 2 months, guess what he happened in his wheelchair? Got up. Guess what happened to his braces? Threw it away. Guess what happened to his helmet? He threw it away. Guess what happened to his suit? He was going to hospital every other day. Guess what happened? Completely stopped.
4 long years he sat all alone, wheelchair bound, but he wanted to roam. The doctors all said that the answer was pills, but Arnold came along and said, just chill, raw fruit!
Green smoothies, that's what your body needs. Raw fruit, green smoothies. Tommy began to believe. Tommy began to believe.
Well, his mother took the pills and she threw them away. Raw fruit, green smoothies, they're here to stay. They were Tommy changed in so many ways by throwing those nasty pills away.
Raw fruit, green smoothies, that's what your body needs. Raw fruit, green smoothies. Tommy began to believe. Tommy began to believe.
Where there was no hope, now there's love and joy. He jumped up from that chair and Tommy played like a boy. His mother rejoiced and gave Arnold a hug. Say goodbye to hospitals and say goodbye to drugs. Woo! 1, 2, raw fruit!
Green smoothies, that's what your body needs. Raw fruit, green smoothies. Tommy began to believe.
One more time!
Raw fruits, green smoothies, that's what your body needs. Raw fruits, green smoothies. Tommy began to believe.
Again!
Raw fruits, green smoothies, that's what your body needs. Raw fruits, green smoothies. Tommy began to believe. Yeah, Tommy began to believe. Yeah, Tommy began to believe.
I changed his diet and I got the blessings, and then he was walking, he was talking, he was singing, he had energy. We were able to, go and do things. We went to the beach and we went stand-up paddleboarding, and he's been kayaking, and we go to the park and he just has fun and he plays and he smiles and he interacts with people. And he's just like having a happy kid's life. Okay, so one way that my focus has totally changed through all this is that I learned that if I go into a doctor's appointment with a list of symptoms, then I'm going to walk out of there with a list of prescriptions and suggestions for surgeries and suggestions for more durable medical goods. And the focus is going to be on sickness. Now, when I go into a doctor's appointment, I bring a list of healing goals. And they include things like less time in the hospital, less time at doctor's appointments, more time outside. And it completely changes the focus of the appointment. And so if we're going to talk about a prescription, let's talk about a plan. When is he going to get off the prescription? If we're going to talk about a test, let's talk about options. If we're going to talk about surgery, let's talk about options. And it has completely changed the focus of his treatment. I was told he would never walk, and he's walking. And I was told that he would probably never outgrow his seizures, and he's seizure free. And, you know, like, I thought that he had genetic hearing loss because it runs in his family. And, you know, I was told that he probably had this genetic hearing loss and that was progressive. And I'm not so sure, like, he seems to hear fine. I don't think that he has hearing loss. And I was told that he might always, because of the cerebral palsy diagnosis, I was told that he might always only eat pureed foods and he might not be able to do any advanced textures. But he's eating advanced textures, like, he's eating. And so I'm not even sure about the cerebral palsy diagnosis now. So it's definitely a shift in my thinking to not put any limits on him. I mean, a year from now, he could absolutely be fine. He could completely catch up, you know, where other kids are with their development at 5 years old. I just don't know. I mean, I see us staying on this path of eating healthy. He's already cut down. When we met Arnold, he had like 35 active prescriptions at CVS. I mean, it was crazy. And we had 5 durable medical goods companies that I dealt with. And now, I mean, we've cut that way back. I don't know, a year from now, maybe he could be medication free. I'd like to see him talking. I mean, he's starting to talk more. I could have a conversation with him in a year. I don't know, I don't want to put any limits on it. And then for myself, I'd like to lose more weight. I've lost about 30, 35 so far. I'd like to lose more weight, and yeah, I'm really excited about what the next year is.
Tommy, who's that?
Anna.
That's Arnold?
Yeah.
You named him Arnold?
Anna.
Arnold. That's really cute. Yeah. Okay, bye.
For 4 long years he sat all alone, wheelchair bound, but he wanted to roam. The doctors all said that the answer was pills, but Arnold came along and said just chill. Raw fruit, green smoothies, that's what your body needs. Raw fruit, green smoothies, and Tommy began to believe. His mother took the pills and she threw them away. Raw fruit, green smoothies, they're here to stay. And Tommy changed in so many ways by throwing all those nasty pills away. Raw fruit, green smoothies, that's what your body needs. Raw fruit, green smoothies, and Tommy began to believe. There was no hope, but now there's love and joy. He jumped up from that chair and Tommy played like a boy. His mother rejoiced and gave Arnold a hug. Said goodbye to hospitals and goodbye to drugs. Raw